AOTLG. AOTLG.
Oops, I was muted. What's going on, y'all? What's up? Everybody, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Checking out your boy Roddy Rod. I wanted to talk about this incident. Oh, matter of fact, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. When you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. That way you will be notified anytime I go live or drop any other content. I really appreciate that. But always, please make sure y'all hit that like button as you come in. But we're gonna be talking about these three boys down here in Florida who are accused of grape. And I kept seeing clips and things about it, and then I actually saw a video of one of the young men's. I guess it was their aunt or something, and she was basically saying that the girl, she was being fast and she was letting these boys run a train on her and whatnot. Like that kind of changed my mind about the whole situation because I'm not saying that she was telling the truth or something like that, but just me growing up black and being in the hood, I do know some young girls around that age that are fast like that. And I do know stories, and I know other people know stories of girls that have done that. And then once the news came out, it turned into a thing. Oh, they were R-wording me, or they were doing such and such to me. Because I had an incident when I was just in high school where it was a girl, I guess she lost her journal or whatever. It fell out of her backpack. And she had all of these names of these dudes that she slept with, or I guess she wanted to sleep with. And people was just plastering it all around school. It was rumors going around about her and what she did. I don't even think she came back to school after it happened. One of the people that was supposedly somebody that she had sex with was a teacher. And he was still a teacher there. Matter of fact, he was a coach. He was still a coach there after the incident. So I don't know if it was true or not. Like I say, those names could have been people that she wanted to sleep with, but there were people who actually talked about, yeah, they ran a train on her. Yeah, they did this and that to her. And so I was trying to figure out, could it be a false allegation against them or is it true? But either way, I think the way that we're raised or not raised, or the things that we see growing up as black kids, a lot of times you find yourself in these positions. Like this young girl being fast. Maybe she didn't have a father at home. Maybe she didn't have a mother at home. Maybe she stayed with her grandma or something, and grandma never watched her. Grandma, or she did have both of her parents, but they were always at work. So they really never knew what she was doing. Maybe they thought she was a good kid, but really she's sneaking out, doing this and that with boys. And then the boys, on the other hand, maybe they don't have a father. Maybe they don't have a mother. Maybe they stay with grandma, or maybe they have both and they're not being watched. But, as far as our music is concerned, the things that we see on TV, the things that we are around on a daily basis, and a lot of times the grown-ups around us don't even say nothing. They actually encourage this kind of behavior. Sometimes they think it's cute. Yeah, I've seen the videos of the little girls dancing and singing Sexy Red. Yeah, I've seen those types of videos. We seen at parties little boys humping on little girls, and the grown-ups is just laughing and thinking it's cute. Hell, sometimes even recording and maybe going live on Facebook, saying, "Oh, look at my boy! Look at him. He got it down. He know what to do with a young lady. It's just stupid stuff like that." But let's go ahead and check out this news clip. This is from NBC6 South Florida. If y'all want to go check it out. It's titled Three Suspects ages 12, 13, and 15 arrested in R-word of a 12-year-old.
Well, three boys are now charged as adults after police say they raped a little 12-year-old girl last year. NBC6's Nico Clemens is live in Miami. And Nico, you went to the neighborhood where police say the boys actually raped that little girl, and you spoke to some of the neighbors?
Trina, as you can imagine, they are all shocked. They feel for this little girl. Police say these three boys attacked and sexually assaulted this girl in a garden out in the open. Police arrested all three of those boys last year, but now they're all charged as adults. And we want to warn you before we air this story, you may find some of the details of this story disturbing.
Well, it's really sad to hear that.
There's an uneasy feeling in this Miami neighborhood.
Very horrible.
Last June, police say 3 boys, at the time a 14-year-old, 13-year-old, and 12-year-old, raped a 12-year-old girl. In this community garden in Miami's Overtown neighborhood, on Friday,
Sir, you were arrested on serious charges. Actually, you were indicted by a grand jury.
2 of the boys were in court facing serious charges.
So you're 12 years old?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor. This is a very
It's a
complicated
serious
matter.
and complicated.
Arrest forms say one of the boys grabbed the girl and took her to a couch in the garden, and the other 2 boys held her down. The report says one of them put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming, and one of the boys raped her. The girl told detectives they stopped after they heard her father calling her name. The report also says another young person was with the group of boys and told detectives he did not participate or say anything because he was afraid of, quote, getting beat up.
It's saddening, it's heartbreaking, but justice has caught up with them.
Poor girl. And I'm a girl mom too, so oh my gosh, so sad.
Parents are feeling uneasy.
Now it worries me a little bit because I see kids here all the time, and to know that one of them walking around would rape another little girl, it's like, oh my God, I have to keep an eye out now.
They're also having important conversations with their children.
To be aware of their surroundings.
This is a perfect time to talk to our kids and let them know, hey, this is incorrect.
So the Green Haven Project, they own that garden where this horrible attack happened. They sent us a statement tonight saying, one, they condemn what happened. Their hearts go out to this girl. And they also talked about the security measures they have in place. In fact, they said they maintain a perimeter security measures. Police say that 4th boy who was with the other 3 boys, he will not face any charges. But those 3 boys, they're back in court on Monday. Nico Clemens, NBC6 News.
So there you have it right there. I mean, the 3 boys said they're going to be in court. Well, I think they just had court. Like 12, was it 12? 12, 13, and 15 young boys. And like I say, you have to ask yourself, where are they getting this type of behavior from? They weren't just born like that. I promise you, they were either around, if it's true what they did allegedly, more than likely, the grown men that they were around were more than likely abusive to women. They seen them be predators to women. I don't mean predators as if like just stalking women. I'm talking about the type of guys who just sit around, just sexualize women all day, talk about their ass and their titties and cat calling, and maybe they see them trying to get some chicks to come over the house, always on the phone with a chick trying to get her to come over there. Hey, I got this girl coming in the bedroom. Y'all need to stay up here and be quiet. All of that old kind of stuff. Like as kids, you pick up on that. You may not realize what's happening in the beginning, but eventually as you get a little bit older and you might see some porn, because let's be honest, everybody got cell phones these days. In my day, it was harder to access that type of stuff because it was on VHS. Like you had to get it passed around through friends, and maybe they took it from a parent's house or something like that. But now you can just pull this stuff up on your phone. So you don't know what these kids is going in their room while they laying down, going to bed, and they seeing this stuff on their phone. They go out and mimicking it. And like I say, nobody's parents, a lot of these folks' parents ain't saying nothing to them about it. Ain't saying nothing, explaining them the birds and the bees, ain't explaining how to treat a woman, none of this, because they don't see it and the parents don't even know themselves. So this stuff just goes on and on and on. It's a never-ending cycle, just like the cycle of folks who sexually assault a family member, and then you realize that family member was sexually assaulted as a kid, and that family member was sexually assaulted as a kid, and then you realize, like, damn, it's a learned behavior. It's still no excuse for it. I'm not making no excuse for these boys or saying what they did was right or wrong. I'm just saying that, some of this stuff ain't just popping up in kids' minds to be this way. Even with the girl, if she was being fast or not, she probably seen some of the same stuff from men, just like I said, those young boys seen it from maybe their uncles or cousins. She could have possibly seen the same thing from her uncles and cousins, or maybe some women who were being fast, sleeping with a lot of men, or the mother sleeping with a lot of men, bringing men in and out of the house. And these are you know, I don't know the exact background of these kids, but they look black. And the reason why I say this is because in our culture, we get away with a lot of this BS of seeing our kids being fast and nobody's saying anything, and we think that it's cute. And it's not cute. Remember the video I was telling you about the kids singing the Sexy Red? Like, listen to this. These are toddlers singing Sexy Red, and look how they dancing. So the parents is sitting up here trying to get a viral moment. The kids are cursing, singing the curse words on the song, and twerking, and they just trying to get a viral moment. They just recording it. It's cute to them. It's funny. And then they wonder why, oh, my daughter, she grew up and she had a baby and she was 15 years old. Or they, what, girl, why you so fast? Why you always sneaking out the house? I wonder why. Look how she growed up. Look what she was seeing. Look what she was never reprimanded for doing as a kid. You never said anything. You let it go on and on and on. You thought it was cute. It was cute when they was kids, but now that they're preteens, young adults, it's not funny anymore. It's serious business that could get you in trouble or get you in jail. Or they could end up like this girl, because allegedly, according to this other lady that I'm going to play a video, she was saying that the young lady was getting a train ran on her. And I said this, I know just that one instance that I told you about, I know another instance where some guys were running a train on the girl. She got exposed. The video came out and she still tried to say that all of this stuff was happening to her. She was forced to do all of these things, which came to be proven was a lie. But in the meantime, their reputations were ruined. Their reputations were ruined. What's up, truck driver? I appreciate it. Salute to you too, brother. So the reputations was ruined, and now you got the girl feeling bad. Her reputation is messed up. The boys' reputations are messed up. They look like criminals. You know, they're embarrassed about what happened. It's not good for either party. But it's like, even on us, like I don't even like when my daughter was listening to that Nicki Minaj and all of these different girls and just saying certain stuff. Like, I never liked it. Her mom knows I don't like it. My daughter never used to listen to this music around me. Now she's 18. You know, I'll get in the car and I hear some music and I'm just like, it's just cringe to me. Maybe it's because I'm a father and it's always been that way. But it's just like, I don't like the way this music talks about women most of the time. I don't even like what a lot of these rappers talk about anymore. I used to like all of that type of music. I don't even like it no more. And I know other people feel the same way. Like, it's just not entertaining. It's not even funny. We used to kind of laugh at some of the stuff that people were saying in songs. It's not even funny at this point. It's sad. It's sad that it's our people that's doing this to ourselves. And we always, have an excuse to blame someone else, when a lot of these issues and problems that go on have to deal with us. We can stop We can break the cycles, as they say. At some point, like, when are we going to break the cycle? When are we going to stop the madness? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't get it. I see so much of this going on, and my mind is always wondering, like, how could you not look at your young child around these people and not feel a certain way, not feel like, I'm finna leave, I'm finna get my kids out of here. I don't want my kids to be around this. Because when I growed up, and I'm only 40, I can remember when certain things were going on that had to do with old people, maybe the way that they were talking, maybe the way that they were singing or dancing to some music. The older people always, y'all need to get out of here. Go back there and play with the kids. You don't see nobody saying stuff like that no more. Nobody says, y'all get over there and go over there with the kids. They just had the kids just sitting right next to them and they laughing and dancing or whatever it is that they looking at, some on TV. I remember when movies was come on TV and maybe the woman would show a little cleavage and your mom or dad, y'all need to get out of here. Close your eyes. Step out the room for a second. All of that kind of stuff. That don't even happen no more. They go to the movies with their kids and I'll see all kind of stuff. Hell, sometimes they don't even know that their kids are consuming a lot of this entertainment that comes across these platforms such as Netflix. And you don't know what your kids be watching when you're not around. Like I said, with these cell phones and the way these kids can just pull this up right in their face, right in front of them, who knows? Your kid could be a sex addict. Your kid could be addicted to porn and you may not even know it. This is why I always had an issue with my daughter having a cell phone. I was adamant about my daughter not having a cell phone, but it came to a point where my mom and them just gave it to her. And a lot of times I think it affected her in certain ways that I don't like to this day. Because I know for a fact at one point she had an issue with feeling like she wasn't an adequate enough person because of social media. Now, she never said it, but I could sense it. I could sense it. She never said it, but I could sense it. And I followed her on social media. So I always could tell by her post the way she was feeling. Because, you know, when you first get on social media, I did it. When social media first came out, you was trying to be subliminal with your emotions. But if anybody knew you, then they knew exactly what you was talking about and how you felt. And that's what I could peep from my daughter. Some of the posts that she was making, like the TikToks and whatnots, I'm thinking, yeah, she feel like other people look better than her. They're cuter than her. And now she's doing this certain type of video. You know how them little girls used to try to be cute and stuff. You like, uh-huh. You think it's some competition over there that you trying to go against. Appreciate it, truck driver. You think it's some competition that you trying to go against over there. But hey, if we don't take control of this, nobody's gonna fix it. Only people that's gonna fix it is gonna be us. This is why I really don't like to always blame other people and other groups, because that don't do anything. We can sit around all day and blame everybody else, blame the government. It's what they call them, the white hats. They're in control of the music. You know, we always got these excuses. They're in control of the music. Well, they're in control of the music, but you the one keep cutting it on. Every time I look up, you playing music with your kids in the car and you dancing to it. So guess what they gonna do? They gonna dance to it too. Shake their head to it too. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. And you in there. What you think the little kids in the back gonna do? They gonna do the exact same thing. They just following your lead. You can't you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. Like, remember trap music? What they say, when you get home, you just a normal person. When you get in your car, all of a sudden you a trapper. You listening to Rick Ross and Jeezy and Gucci Mane, and you think you a rapper. You think you a trap rapper. I did it. Then if you got your son in the car, and because look, I'm gonna be honest, I even know people who used to ride around, thought they was taking care of their kid. I always got my son with me, this and that. Yeah, but you riding around and you selling packs all day. You doing transactions. I'm sure you got a good relationship with your son, but you don't think he. Well, I say in the beginning he probably didn't have an understanding of what you was doing, but after he sees these instances repeatedly happening over time, he's going to know what's going on. You sitting in the house rolling up weed, smoking weed. He's going to know what's going on. Then guess what? When he gets older, he's going to sneak out the house with his friends and they're going to try to smoke some weed. Matter of fact, if you selling it, they liable to try to steal some from you and go smoke it. Hell, I remember seeing somebody smoking when I was a kid, and me and my friends went and found some leaves, like some old leaves, and crumbled them up and put them in like a paper bag and rolled it up. Rolled up a paper. And that was so, man, I smoked it. I was like, what am I doing? Just disgusting. Literally, smoke some leaves. Because I saw some other people doing it. But, I thought, oh, you can just smoke anything. Just stupid. I don't know. I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. I was stupid. But that's why I'm asking. Do people not, do we not see what we doing to our own children? Because you got to. Let me show you another clip. Let me show you something else. You already know where this is going. You see the video? These are young kids. He humping on this young girl. Humping on her. And it's a bunch of other boys humping on some little girls. And the people are recording and laughing and having a good time. They think it's funny. Now, this ain't in America, obviously. But still, it just makes my point. She coming over there trying to pull the dress down, make sure you don't see the little girl panties or whatever. No, get that kid off of your daughter. Let's be real about something. Those were obviously Jamaicans, but, black folks in America, we've done that too. You know who you never see doing stuff like this? I don't hardly see white people or other groups doing stuff like this. Asians, Indians. Now, white people, now we know once they get in high school and they be teenagers, they start drinking and having sex at parties. Now, they do that. We know that. But we know that the parents ain't around here at parties encouraging their kids to be humping. They ain't around them doing all of this craziness. I'm not going to say they're just complete. It's just not happening. But in general, for the most part, it's not happening. Not on the scale it is with black folks. Like, this is crazy. That is insane. She is trying to pull the girl's dress down so you don't see her little girl's panties or whatever. But it's like, that's what you worried about? That's your main concern. I'll never understand it. You can't make me understand it. Look at this. Sexy Red. Grown woman in front of somebody's son at a birthday party. Look what she doing. She twerking, this little boy just staring. I don't know if y'all could y'all see the video pretty good. I don't know if y'all can see the little boy in the background. I know I'm on vertical view. Let me well, no, it don't never blow up when I do it like that. It's just the same size. Okay. But yeah, you get the point. That was Sexy Red dancing. It's a little boy sitting on a stool behind her. And he just looking. And it's going bow, 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 bow. Shake that booty meat. Hey, 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 hey. And I'm talking about he just staring. He just like this. Other folks dancing, got their hands up. And then when he grows up and he starts sexualizing a bunch of women or start coming in with a bunch of babies, then like, we didn't raise you like this. Where did you get this from? Because I know exactly how black people talk. He wasn't raised like that. Really? He wasn't raised like that? You gonna sit up here and tell that lie? But I'm gonna show you something else because this is what we don't see enough of. See, when you used to go to them school dances and they didn't have all that twerking and stuff. It was just a regular dance, and you was just trying to get to the girl that you really liked. So you can find the slow song and dance with her. But guess what, too? Ain't no more slow songs. Ain't no more R&B. Do y'all hear R&B? How much R&B do you hear on the radio now? How much R&B music does anybody come out with? And it ain't even the same type of R&B music. The new type of R&B music is still them talking about smashing, having sex in random places, one night stands, quickies. Yeah, I call them out on it and they fight me. They call me all kind of names, bro. They call me all kind of names. You see them same people ain't in here now. See, when I'm talking about politics, yeah, it was the best music. It ain't even bro, we don't even get R&B no more. That's the sad part. But yeah, when I talk about politics and they hear me talk about MAGA and all this, bro, they fly up here. You a coon. I can't believe you. Black folks, you tap dancing. The comments just never stop. Y'all see it. And then when I talk about this and they know I'm telling the truth, they ain't gonna show up. They won't come over here now and make an excuse for this because they know I'm telling the truth. Hell, I'm surprised they ain't even over here justifying it. You know we don't raise our kids like that. That's just a party. That ain't nothing. My mama was doing that kind of stuff around me. I ain't like that. Like, really? And then when you really find out about them, they got all kind of shit going on. But yeah, this is the type of stuff that you don't even see that much no more. Not this. Girls, they got on pants or, they ain't They ain't in tight shorts and you can't see all the little body parts. They just doing a nice dance, having a good time. Ain't nobody encouraging the kids to twerk and shake it fast, bust it open. You can tell the kids who like each other because they into it. And then if you see the two right here, the little girl in the green shirt, right there in the back, they don't really like each other, but it's cool. They ain't, they just gonna dance, have a good time. But it is what it is. Cause look, they ain't even touching and stuff. See the ones who touching, yeah, he like her. You can tell. Like these two right here, the one with the dreads and the one with the little poof balls. They like each other, but look at them two. Look at the boy in the black shirt and the other girl. Girls on girls out there dancing. You don't see no boys out there dancing with boys. They into it. He got two of them. That's funny. But you get you get it. Y'all understand. It just ain't enough of that. It just ain't enough of that. But like I say, it was a woman who was an auntie to one of the boys, and she made a claim that the girl was just being fast, and I want to show that to y'all right now.
Spanish Honduran, he don't give a fuck. He savage. So he like, shit, you been talking about you wanted to do this to me. You finna, do me like this. So I guess he got aggressive with her, and she was like, oh, no, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna sleep with all of y'all. I'm only sleeping with him. So I guess whatever happened, while they was running the train on her, the lady who stayed upstairs must have on her way down to check her.
So obviously she said in the beginning that the little girl was only going to do something with one boy, but they ended up doing a train. That seems suspicious right there. That's an inconsistency to me.
Mail, or you get what I'm saying, drop her garbage or whatever. She seen them, cause how the building is made, where the lady who seen the kids is like right there, and the farm is right there, so you can look over her balcony and see everything was going on in the farm. So I guess she spotted them. So in the mix of her spotted them, she like, what y'all doing in there? So that's when she want to yell, y'all stop, y'all stop, y'all stop. But she went home. She never told her mama anything. Going on 2 days. She never told her mama anything. When the lady came to find out who daughter it was, she went and told the stepdaddy. So when the lady told the stepdaddy, that's when the little girl went to tell her mama. They dragged her from the park, they took her there, and they raped her. I ain't justifying nothing. Let me tell you something. I ain't finna sit here and read y'all comment. I got on here to check her. If you gonna tell a story the right way. Don't get on here trying to make it seem like my nephew on a run or for none of that. Because if he get direct 5-2, he already got a lawyer. But I know at the end of the day, your daughter ain't telling the truth. Your daughter only pressed the charges because you forcing her to press charges. Your daughter was never a virgin before she got touched.
That's irrelevant.
So what I'm supposed to sit here and say? All they ass need they ass whoop. I'm an old school mama. I beat ass. My old
Now that's the fact. That's one thing that I agree with her so far. They all need their ass whooped. I think they was all being fast.
his daughter 19 years old, 20 years old. I don't play that. I'm not none of them mama that side with no child. When you right, you right. When you wrong, you wrong. I ain't justified what none of them did. But when you get on social media, you trying to make it seem like, oh, it's just one side, when in reality, you know the truth, and it's not that side. That ain't finna go down like that, especially when it comes to my family. How she know everything that happened and she wasn't there? Okay. Nobody got nothing to say? Like I said, exactly. Whether it's my nephew, right is right, wrong is wrong. I never justified what they did was right. At the end of the day, I told them they goofy. All y'all going out of that one little pussy, it's plenty of little young girls out here that's fast. I didn't even fuck with my...
Now, why would she say something like that? Now, y'all see what I'm talking about? Y'all see what I'm talking about? Her excuses, man. It was plenty of other girls out there that's fast. You could have knocked down one of them. Great advice. Great advice that you would give a kid. That's the bullshit. Instead of saying, no, you shouldn't have done that. You too young to be doing stuff like that. Let it go. Leave that alone. No, she telling them it's other fast girls out there who you could have done that too. Why y'all all going after the same one?
My nephew for doing what he did because I got daughters too. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying they right what they did, but when y'all get on social media and trying to say certain things that's not true, I ain't finna sit there and let you say nothing about my nephew. He's not on no run. He has a court date. He goes in on the 5th. That's the reason why the news saying he's not getting charged as a juvenile. If anything, you heard her say in the beginning, the other little boy didn't get charged. That's the other little boy that she was having sex with before. So how y'all not finna charge him? But y'all charging the rest. Y'all supposed to charge all of them that was there. It wasn't just them 3 there. It was about 5, 6, 7 boys in that field. So why is only them that's getting charged? All of them should get charged. Not just certain ones, but at the end of the day, like I said, she got on here and said something about my nephew is on a run. He's not on a run. He has a court date. He's going to court. Talk about running. Man, bitch, don't play with me. Like I said, at the end of the day, his auntie got lawyer fee. So whatever lawyer fee I got to pay for mine, he's straight. Long as mine's straight, my nephew's straight, that's all that matter. I could get...
Wow. You see? Listen to the BS that people in our community be on. Long as mine's straight, I'm straight. Long as mine's straight, I'm straight.
I don't give 2 fucks. I could give 3, 5 fucks of what she's saying or what the rest of y'all side with. Because at the end of the day, I'm not saying my nephew wrong, but at the end of the day, that's still my nephew. I still got to stand by his side. I still got to be his auntie. I still got to be the one to support them. Man, hey, Sherette, I'm not caring about what these motherfuckers saying. You know that, cousin. But that bitch got on social media talking about, oh, he's on a run. On a run from where? He has a court date. You want to see that? Let me show you what his lawyer talking about, boo. You see what that say, Tyson lawyer? You see what that say? They are taking cases to the grand jury on 3-5, seeking an indictment as an adult. So how he run away? How he run away? And this is lawyer. You don't like the fact that they let my nephew go. That's what you didn't like. So like I said, if you gonna get on here and tell whatever you want to tell the truth, baby. Because at the end of the day, my nephew ain't on a run. He go to court. Literally.
Huh?
Man,
She said literally. She even said
fuck
it
you and
right.
suck my ass.
Just bad. It's all bad all the way around. Both parties. These are the folks that's raising them. That's an insight on the person that's around one of the boys right there. No wonder he running around here trying to run trains on girls and stuff. Allegedly. Or allegedly R-worded the girl. So y'all make sure y'all answer that poll in my comment section. I think some of y'all did. 15 people answered it so far. Said, do you think the three boys are guilty of the R word? 73% say yes, 27% say no. You all think you know 1314 says he is a rapist. You can tell. Like, I don't know what you're saying. Like, if you're saying just by looking at them, you can tell. You can't say that about kids. That's the case. You can say a lot of things about a lot of kids, but you can't just say that. But I mean, just based on what we know, it seems like that's probably what took place. That's a possibility. And also the whole possibility of them running the train on the little girl is a possibility as well. Like I said earlier, I've known instances of that happening before where the girl got caught and she had to end up telling her parents, like somebody brought it to her parents' attention. And instead of just admitting to it or saying, yeah, I was doing it, like what little girl that's 13, 14 want to admit to their parents and say, yeah, I had some boys over here. And yeah, we was all having sex willingly. Like, just think about it. A little girl would be terrified to say that. So a lot of times they just say, oh, they forced themselves on me. I didn't want them to do it. I didn't want him to do it. But hey, it is what it is. Like, we don't know. I don't know. You don't know. I'm just listening to her side of the story. The other side of the story is that they did it. But my whole point about everything was that our community and the people who, you know, how we raise a lot of these kids and they don't have enough guidance or they're seen and participating in the wrong stuff. And we think it's funny. We think it's a joke. We think it's a viral moment. We want to record it. We think it's cute. Until they get older and they start being fast or they start running trains or, you know, trying to get all the girls he can or she trying to get all the boys she can. She done seen the mama or the little boys done seen the daddy messing around with a lot of different people and they just, you know, they think that's what you do. Because in the Black community, a lot of boys, you know, they get this thought in their head that the more women that you get, the more manlier that you are. Particularly starting at a young age. If you can start getting girls that's older than you, are you doing something? And really, girls are supposed to hide it, not hide it, but they are not supposed to be doing it, but they do it. Because they see other girls that's older than them that's got boyfriends and stuff like that, and they be so ready to dive into that world. My daughter was the same way. As soon as she got to high school, oh, can I have a boyfriend? It's this boy, he likes me. She just kept asking me and wanted to talk about it. I'm saying no. But the mom is like, well, she's getting older. It's like, okay, whatever. I can't stop it because she don't stay with me. Which is crazy. You all think you know. Wait a minute. Terrell V says a kid mind is not fully developed yet, so it's all speculations. Yeah, it really is. Like that's why I say allegedly. We really don't know. It could be either or. It could be the whole train scenario, or it could be that they really are worded her. Like we don't know. It says teenagers. You all think says teenagers and kids today are over sexualized on their tablets and phones and even TV. Yeah, they see it everywhere. It's everywhere you go. It's on every channel. Remember, well, I ain't gonna say remember, but I did a video about all the kid shows that was on Netflix. They had the gay couple, they had a transgender person on there. Somebody was kissing, two women was kissing on one of the cartoons. This is supposed to be a child's cartoon, just animation for children, just so they can kind of get out the parents' hair for a little bit, just kind of watch something on TV. Instead, you think your children just watching some animated little TV show, and it's got all of these sexual innuendos and hidden agendas. Terrell says, but yes, bad kids exist, but a lot change as adults, and some don't. Yeah, some of them don't. Some of them just their behavior gets worse. Their behavior gets worse. Some people they do. They grow up, they grow out of that, they realize that wasn't what you should do, and they act accordingly. Say it depends on the area they grew up in. I don't even think it depends on the area. I think it depends on the people you grew up around. If you're in a nice neighborhood, but the people who raised you ain't bought shit, if they just distasteful, distrustful people, guess what you gonna be? You gonna be the same way. I don't care if your parents are millionaires. If your mom is a little whore, your dad is a womanizer, you probably gonna be one of those things. Especially if you see it happening. Say a community of people acting up is similar to a society acting up. Yeah, a community is big because the community is usually close to you. That's like close proximity. So they just soaking in everything from everybody that's around. Just soaking it all up. Falling in line. Doing and mimicking what they see others do. Not knowing if it's right or wrong. Just repeating other folks' actions. That's what's going on. But check this out, y'all. I'm about to get off of here, man. I appreciate y'all coming through and watching the show. Like, this ain't one of them shows that a lot of people, they don't want to talk about this. They don't want to talk about this. They don't want to be honest. They don't want to have honest conversations about certain things. They just don't. They rather get on here and wait for me to talk about politics so they can call me all kind of names. But like I said earlier, those same folks will never come through and address this type of stuff. They don't want to be held accountable for this. They don't want to say what we wrong, what we doing wrong, and how we can fix it. This is the type of stuff they don't ever show up for. Now, I guarantee you tomorrow when I start talking about politics, they'll be right back over here. Look, folks left now. It's one person in here. People ain't about shit, man. I'm just telling y'all. if you ever do content creation and you start seeing the numbers and you seeing who's in and out and what type of content that people like to eat up, I'm telling you, it's going to give you a lot of insight about people. And I've been seeing a lot of insight about people because it shows you demographics. And it's amazing to me. People don't talk about solutions. They hate them. They don't want nothing to do with it. They love conflict. Because see, this ain't conflict. This is trying to get to a resolution. This is let's talk about our community. Where did we go wrong? How can we fix it? Nope, don't want to talk about it. Not coming through. Oh, clicked on it. He talking about something. I don't even care. I don't even care about that. I'm moving on. Tomorrow, when I go back to politics and I start screaming and hollering about Republicans and Democrats or whatever, guess what? Y'all in the comments calling me names. You a coon. You a self-hating Negro. You this and you that. You want to talk about how we can fix the community? Nope. I don't want to talk about that. I only want to talk about your cooning behavior. That's boring. Want to set up a fight. You know, they want to fight me. They don't want to fight these people. They don't got no smoke for these people. The debaucherousness in our community, no smoke for it. Don't care. The coons, who they call coons, people who don't follow their lead, people who ain't on the Democratic plantation, they over here every day, faithfully. Look, old boy who always come through here when I talk about politics, he ain't here right now. I guarantee you he'll be back. He probably clicked on it and saw what I was talking about, and he wasn't interested in it. It ain't nothing to jump in the comments and talk shit to me about. Talking about our community, what's going on in our community, how can we fix it? They don't show up. And this has been a constant thing on this damn channel. Every freaking time I've done something talking about our community and how can we fix it, people don't show up. So, like I say, whenever it gets to that point in time, when I start saying what I got to say and people don't like it, like I've been doing, don't say nothing. Because the other conversations y'all don't care about. And I'm talking about black folks. Y'all don't care about those types of conversations. And it's the truth. I've done this over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. And I'm not on her screaming, y'all need to donate and y'all need to send me money. I ain't saying nothing like that. I'm just saying the conversations, the things that I'm trying to talk about, y'all don't want to talk about it. They want more conflict. They love it. Anyway, I'm getting off of here because nobody cares. Nobody cares. So I appreciate y'all coming through. I appreciate y'all checking out the channel. Everybody who is new, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell as you hit the subscribe button. Leave some comments, watch some old content that I have, share the videos, like the videos, all that good stuff. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.
AOTLG.